1802949F. My apartment number is 0801. I will now begin my pre-residential reflection. Regarding which elements of my identity I believe would be impactful during my stay, one element comes to mind, which is my religion. I grew up as a free thinker, and generally I tend to form opinions about regarding religion based on what I know and can see. As such, my beliefs about religion may be different from my group members, and this can lead to conflicts between my flatmates and I. For example, I may be ignorant to some of the practices of my group members and unintentionally do something that offends them. But nevertheless, I look forward to getting to know my flatmates and finding out what makes them uniquely them and spend. I will now talk about my post-residential thoughts. After spending some time with my flatmates, I think my country of birth, my education, and my upbringing was quite different compared to other members in my group. I was born in America and I spent quite a few years of my upbringing in the States. I think this really affected the way I identify myself, as I was exposed to two very different cultures and people growing up. I also schooled a few years in the States and attended a community college there. I did not have any conflicts with my flatmates, and the experience overall was very pleasant. One night I was sick. I was actually sick, and I was down with the flu and I had to rest early, and the rest of my flatmates, they were really considerate and lowered down their volume so that I could rest well.
Hi, my name is Rohit Tiwari and my ME number is 1801785E and my apartment number is 0801. I'll be now sharing my pre-residential video reflection. One element of my identity I feel will be most impactful on my residential stay is social economic status, or SES in short. I don't come from a wealthy background. Instead, I live in an HDB. The reason why I said SES is going to be very impactful is that when I first saw the list of my flatmate apartment member, I neither know them nor their SES status. I've come across a situation where I've been discriminated before, just because I belong to a lower SES status. Although it's stated that SES can be determined a person's choice of housing, food or activity or etc. This can also influence friends with. To me, I believe no matter where we belong, there are both pros and cons. With that, I'm looking forward to interact with my flatmate during the dinner break to understand them better, and also this will allow me to improve myself. Moving on, guys, I will be now talking about the post-residential reflection. One identity I find the most different is the race, because I'm the only Indian fellow living in the apartment. On the other note, I'm really honored to have Zul, Kaljun, Matthias, and last but not least, Jordan, as my apartment mate. Why I say that so is because unlike other dorm which has either one or two races in an apartment, we have three in total, which makes us more diverse. So moving on to the next question, which is whether do I have any conflicts and how do I manage to overcome the conflicts. So right now you see a slipper in my hand. So I just threw, and that's how my conflict started. So when the first day when I stepped into this apartment, I was walking with my slipper on. So usually during a hotel setting, right, I will walk with my slipper on, and until when I reach to my bed, I will remove my slipper and sleep on my bed. So when my apartment mate came, he spotted me walking with a slipper. He told me, "Hey, put your slipper at the doorstep." Then I was like, why? It's just an apartment. Why do you have to care so much? Then he was like, say, hey, listen to me please. Then I thought about it, and I feel like it's a cultural belief or something. So how do I manage to solve this conflict is by thinking of his point of view and sitting down and I feel like it's his cultural belief. So I say, so why not we listen to him, and we came up with a compromisation, and I started to not wear slipper and walk around my apartment. So that's how we solved the conflict.
my name is Mohammed Zuari. My admin number is 1805823J. My apartment number is 0801. Now I will start on my pre-residential reflection. So the element of identity that I think will impact the most in my residential stay is my race. As in my dorm, I'm the only Malay, and I'm afraid that I will get discriminated and I won't really get along well with the other people in my dorm. And I'm also afraid that our personal lifestyle might be too different from each other, and I think this might affect my stay. So the thing that I'm looking forward to is to getting to know my flatmates, like their culture, because I'm not used to living with people from the different races. So now I'll be talking about my post-residential stay reflection. In my opinion, I think that my race was the most different from my other flatmate, as I was the only Malay in the apartment. And one conflict that happened during my stay was caused by the difference of language. On the first night, we were having dinner together on the dining table, and like my Chinese flatmates were all speaking in Chinese, and I felt left out by them. Like I had a stereotype that they were mocking me in Chinese, and I confronted them about it. And the way we solved the conflict was like we came to an understanding that my Chinese flatmates were used to speaking in Chinese at home, and like wasn't aware that about how I felt about it, and they actually didn't mean to leave me out of the conversation.
My name is Lim Kwok Chin, admin number 1802229C, and I stay in 0801. I think that race would be the most impactful element of my identity because I'm a Chinese living with two other races, which is Indian and Malay. I personally don't really have much interaction with the other races, so I'm looking forward to interacting with my flatmates. Maybe after interacting, I would learn more about their race and culture. I am also looking forward to making friends with them because they are from a different class. I feel that the most different element of identity from those of the other members are the friends that we have. Since everyone that was staying together with me in the dorm are from the same class, they start school on the same time, and they already have the bond and know each other. We didn't have any conflict at all, so there was nothing to manage. However, my dorm mates was very considerate because one of the night I had an early class the next day and they were still up, so they told me that they will keep their volume down so I can go to bed.
My name is Matthias Low. My ME number is 1802495J, and I'm from 0801. So I think the element of identity that impact my residential stay the most is language. In my dorm, the 5 group members consist of Malay, Chinese, and Indian, and the majority are Chinese. So this will impact the residential stay, as we may use our mother tongue language when communicating with each other, and can cause others to feel left out, which can cause conflict and unhappiness between each other. So for the second question is, I'm looking forward in sharing about our different races and culture with one another, so that we can learn to respect each other's culture and not discriminate others. So since my flatmates are multiracial, it is important to understand and respect other culture, so there will not be any conflict between one another. This is my post-residential video reflection. Since I'm a Chinese and there are other members of the group which are Indian and Malay, race is the element of my identity that were most different from the other members in my group. Race is the element of identity that caused conflict amongst members of my apartment group. As my group members consist of different races, we have different food restrictions, which causes conflict during lunch and dinner when we are deciding on what food to eat. We manage this conflict by eating at a coffee shop or canteen, which have a wide variety of food for everyone to choose from. This solves the conflict and allows us to eat together without leaving anyone out, so everyone is happy.
So I feel that everyone should be able to experience this dorm stay because it was quite fun and memorable.
I found this dorm stay as an eye-opener because I learned many new things about
Okay,
each other.
let's get Matthias moving on.
So for me it was like, okay, I get to get closer to Jun because during class I don't really talk to him because we are not in the same class, but after the downstay we got closer. Right, Zoom?
Yeah,
Right,
for
Zoom?
me, right? I feel like the stay has been really fun and like I had a really memorable experience with you guys.
I know, right?
So Jordan, have anything to add?
I think it was a very unique experience. It was fun. I miss living on campus.
But Dr. Raja, I want to complain that why our floor there's no water cooler.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.